Welcome back to the Caribou Data Science Gemini Capsule video. Today is March 1st, 2020. Today is a rather somber occasion in the U.S. because it was 1 year ago today that the first COVID-19 death was recorded. So in honor of that, I'm going to actually recreate a couple of my daily plots. We can actually go back and look at the history of this in both cases and deaths. The R codes will be a very simple R code. But anyway, be sure to like and share this video with your friends today, okay? Share this video in memory of all the people who have died from COVID-19 in the U.S. and around the world, okay? So I guess we're going to start with something very simple. We'll come over here. Okay, we're actually going to do something. What can we do over here now? Let's see. Let's do this. Okay, we'll come back up here. And we're using the R World in data set today. As you can see, you got all this data in here. Then you have this up here also. So let's use this data here. All right. So we're going to start here with some libraries. All right. Then we're going to read some. Let's come over here. Okay. So this is going to be our main heading. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to read the data. Okay. And there's our data. Let's get rid of this. Now we know from over here what rows we actually want to pull out. Okay. Uh, you know what? That's also no. We don't do that because you don't have the code. Code. Let's see. Uh, there. We'll get our. No, we'll get our moving average forecast. Okay. Keep it simple. So now let's go ahead and run these numbers. Run this here. You know what? Let's do this under here. Then we'll come over here. Okay, we're going to say location, maybe. So let's try this one more time here. Oh, okay. Library G radar. Oh, as always, let's go ahead and remove. Okay. So now we got the United States numbers. So now we're interested in date. Okay. Like I said, we're going to keep this fairly simple here. Probably won't use these totals. But let's just take a look here. And this is really all because we know the country. Once you know the total cases, how they go continually upward, that's because these are cumulative totals. So what this means is there was one case on the 122. There were no cases on 123 because 1 plus 0 is 1. Then there was one case on the 24th, so it's 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay? So now what we want to do is, oh, you know what probably is? Read CSV probably recognized that as Okay, so we're going to say US, comma, moving average, colon, cases. Let's see some new cases, comma, 14, comma. All right, new deaths. Okay, let's just do a summary. US. Okay, so you do see a few missing numbers here, okay? Okay, so you can see that the daily cases, the average is 70,982 with a maximum of 299,000. Average deaths, 1,401, the maximum 4,398. Total deaths so far to date, 513,000 deaths. What about, so the average is today is 723,000. The average deaths is 1,418. So that number there may not make any sense. So now we're going to take a look at, like I said, this could be a pretty short video. Mainly just remind ourselves of where we've come the last 12 months to US. So just see how this looks so far. Okay, let's come back up here. Let's do, Well, that doesn't work, does it? Okay, so let's come back up here and do one more thing. Let's go and add a title. Comma y equals well, just right here. Okay, now we can see here that cases are continuing to decline overall. All right, so let's come back over here. Okay, so let's try this now. Now we have the daily deaths. Let's come up here. There's no point in having all this back up here where there's no data. Okay, okay, the first death. Okay, Okay. Okay. So now you see. Okay, so now you see the two basic plots here. This is the most basic. This is the most basic information we can have. This is daily numbers. Okay. This is daily cases. The blue line, as you can see, is a 14-day moving average. You can see clearly there is a decline, continuing decline in cases, beginning all the way back over sometime in the first part of January. The 14-day average spike was almost exactly on the January 1st, 2021. When we look at the daily numbers or the week or the average, you can see they're showing a decline in cases. And what about deaths? Well, if these numbers are correct, that looks more like cases there to me. Oh wait. Oh, look at this. Okay. No wonder that no wonder that number looked familiar. Now, of course, the interesting thing is why is there so much more volatility here than there is on cases? I think it's very hard to draw a conclusion from the actual spikes here. But what you do see a decline. You do see a decline in deaths, going all the way back to around January. You see a decline here down to here. So you can see a decline from here down to here, and you can see a decline on the 14-day moving average. So this, so what we have is you have the kid who's crying wolf maybe in Washington D.C. That's not enough to talk about cases and deaths on the anniversary, the first year anniversary of our first death. We also have to talk about variants now. So maybe all the gains we've had over the last 6 months or three since January could all be wiped away with the variants. So I guess the question is, does this deaths and cases include all variants of COVID-19? And I'll leave you with one question: what is the acceptable month of death? What's the acceptable month? What's the acceptable deaths, total deaths per year for COVID-19 analysis? What's go? We have no trouble accepting, you know, 3, 4, 5, 600 cancer deaths or heart disease deaths. So what's going to be the acceptable number of deaths per year from COVID-19 going forward, even taking into account the vaccine? All right. Let's come back over here now. Okay. Cases declining. Deaths declining. Okay. And each one of these spikes is the actual daily number. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. U.S. daily COVID-19 deaths with a 14-day moving average. and U.S. and the 1 year anniversary numbers for COVID-19 for the U.S. The 14-day moving average. Again, this reminder: this is the 1 year anniversary of the first reported COVID-19 death in the U.S. The phrase is reported is interesting. In the background is always that lingering question of uh, of how many people died of COVID-19 before we were able to identify it. Okay, so anyway, I can't anyway. So thanks so much for your time today, uh, Gemini astronauts. This is Dave Jackson with with the Caribou Data Science channel, Gemini Capsule, signing off on the 1 year anniversary of the first U.S. death of COVID-19 on March 29th, 2020. Thank you so much. We'll catch you on a later report. Thanks much for stopping by, and we'll catch you on a later report.